The entire sector is buzzing in trade today, but M&M in particular, remember the stock is up 1%. It is now trading at the 3747 mark. And as I mentioned, it's not just M&M. The entire sector is buzzing on the back of auto sales data that came in for the month gone by. But let's put the spotlight on M&M's December auto sales numbers. Nalini Kant Golakunta, who is the Chief Executive Officer, Automobile Division at M&M and Executive Director at Mahindra Electric Automobile, now joins us to discuss what the outlook is for the company going forward. Nalin, as we head into 2026, what do you see as the key growth drivers for M&M's auto business, and can you quantify the kind of volume or revenue growth you are targeting for the full year 2026?
The main trends that we saw in 2025, which was driven by both the GST cuts which happened, the launches we had made in the EV space, are both demand drivers which we believe will continue to happen in 2026 as well. Currently, we are only calling out for FY26 volume projections, which is in mid to high teens, and we believe for the next quarter for us, which is still the last quarter of FY26, we will continue to have the mid to high teens outlook for volume growth.
Okay, and Mr. Golakunta, how do you see M&M's EV journey shaping up in 2026 in terms of launches, scale and market share? And as EV volumes rise, how should we think about margin trajectory and profitability going ahead?
EVs obviously have done very well for us since the launch of the product in November 2024. It's been a year, and we already have handed over more than 30,000 electric origin SUVs to customers at this point in time. It already is about 8% of our overall volume is EVs. And in November last year, just about 2 months back, we had launched the 7-seater SUV as well in the EV space and called XEV9S. And we'll start retailing that in January. So our belief is with these three products put in place, BE6, XEV9E, which is a sports coupe, as well as the XEV9S, which is a 7-seater SUV. We are very well set for 2026, and we are hoping that the volume will support the 8,000 per month capacity that we are operationalizing by April. So we were about 5,000 capacity per month. We will move it up to 8,000 capacity in April, and all these three products put together should help us get there.
Understood. And when we talk about December sales, they were very strong, at least as compared to estimates. Can you share some more color on discounting during the month gone by, especially in terms of percentage? Were discount in EVs higher as compared to ICE vehicles? Because that is what the market chatter is suggesting.
Yeah, so firstly, it's a very strong December for us. SUVs, we did about 50,946 units. At 23% year-on-year growth for the month itself. Even on the LCV side, less than 3.5 tons, we did 24,786 units, which is a 34% year-on-year growth. Again, very strong for us. As always, last month of the year, calendar year, if you look at it, there is the whole VIN number switchover which happens. So all the OEMs, including ourselves, were very keen to get out the previous year's VIN stock for us, which is VIN 25, and ensure that we have a fresh start in Jan as well. So as part of that, there have been discounting which has happened clearly on both the ICE side, on the EV side as well. For us, on top of it, of course, we have the 9S coming up, which is the new 7-seater coming in on the EV space. So obviously, we have to ensure that we're having a strong start into the new year. And so the discounts were largely in line with that. It's limited to December just to get out the VIN 25 stock out.
Okay, and Mr. Golakunta, talk to us about price hikes. Given that we've heard a lot of price hike announcements from the beginning of this month, already been announced by many of your peers, how much of an increase is M&M planning to take? Will you, or are you going to be keeping prices stagnant, or is this on the cards going ahead?
Yeah, so obviously, as you know, the prices of several industrial commodities, including some precious metals like copper, aluminum, palladium, they have gone up over the last few months. And then, of course, the recent rupee depreciation also is playing into it. So the entire industry, including ourselves, we are looking at pricing increases. I understand from recent press that a couple of them have already announced it as well. So we are looking at it very closely. And whatever actions on pricing we take will be just to pass on specifically those costs. Timing and quantum is tough to predict at this point in time, but definitely something we're looking at closely given the increase that we see in commodity costs.
Okay, and you also have quite a few product launches lined up in the coming days. What should investors and customers watch out for, and how meaningful can they be for growth and market share gains for the company going ahead?
Yeah, so of course, major launch one which happened November last year, just about 2 months ago, which is the XUV 9S. We have a major refresh coming up on our XUV 700 product, which obviously, as you know, is the biggest selling product in that price segment. So the XUV 7XO is the new product coming in. We're launching in about 3-4 days here. Both these put together, we believe, will form a very strong driver base for us for growth in the next year, not just in Q4, but going into FY27 as well. So these are the two major launches, and of course, in the rest of the year, we'll have some other refreshers coming up and new launches coming out as well. But at this point in time, these are the two major launches, and both of them play to our strengths, which is an authentic SUV in the seven-seater space.
Okay, and lastly, talk to us about how the exports segment of the business is shaping up. What are your plans for the export front in 2026 and any strategy to expand that segment?
Yeah, so it's a good question for us. Obviously, both on the XUV side, we've had some strong success with 700 and 3XO in South Africa and Australia, which are core export markets for us. And we are starting to prepare the electric origin SUVs to go to the new markets as well. It may likely happen more in 2027 when we go into the EVs, but we will start to look at these markets for electric origin SUVs. 7XO, of course, once it's up and running in India, that's a product which we're going to take it into South Africa and in Australia, where we've done well as well. So that's one which we'll be taking there as well. So a strong portfolio, whatever we have here, we have built these products with global standards, and we'll be taking these products as we launch. And the electric origin SUVs, probably in the 5 to 6 quarter time frame, we will take it into these markets. UK is an additional market we've been focusing on, and that could be a potential market we could look into. The unit economics turn out to be favorable in our analysis.
Okay, so that's the outlook when it comes to exports for M&M. Mr. Golakunta, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and helping us understand